The greatest teams, large and small, are made up of dreamers and doers. The dreamers are the folks that think outside of the box, that challenge the status quo. The doers are the folks that make things happen. Both are vitally important. That balance is massively important. With both, you'll dominate. With one, your days are numbered. So I want you to think about is, are you willing and able to develop? Perhaps you're more of a dreamer. Perhaps you're more of a doer. Are you willing and able to step out of your comfort zone, either individually or organizationally, and try new things? One of the things I noticed in my career at Disney was when we had dreamers and doers and we were challenging each other all the time, we got a lot done. Yes, not everything worked out. And yes, we made some mistakes. But as soon as we got stuck in the rut of either complacency or familiarity, the wheels came off the wagon, so to speak. So let's do a little exercise right now just to mix it up a little bit. I'd like all of you to grab either a pencil or a pen with which you've already been taking copious notes and hold that up in your dominant hand, the hand that you always write with. And what I want you to do is to think about the next exercise is going to be simply writing your name. I'm going to have you sign, in just a moment, have you sign your name nonstop for 30 seconds without stopping. And this is that signature that you have to admit you've probably practiced since you were about 4 or 5 years of age. And to this day, when you sign your name, it's kind of like, yeah, baby, that's mine. You love your signature. We all do. So what we're going to do first is I want you to loosen up that writing habit. I don't want you to get any carpal tunnel syndrome or repetitive motion injury. So you're going to have a few seconds to loosen it up. And then I'm going to give you 5-second countdown. After that 5 seconds, I want you to sign your name as many times as you can on the piece of paper that's in front of you right now. So get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin writing. You've got 30 seconds. Welcome back. Shake out that hand, get rid of the cramps. Okay, what I'd like you to do first is to analyze your handwriting 2 ways. How many times did you actually sign your name? Take a moment, look at it, write that number down. Great. Now I want you to give yourself a quality score. The previous score was your productivity score. Now I want you to give yourself a quality score, purely subjective, using a 1 through 10 scale. 10 is, oh baby, that's mine. 1 is terrible. Who wrote this chicken scratch? Give yourself a quality score for the handwriting you just did. Perfect. Now what I'd like you to do is to hold up in the air your pen in your dominant hand. This is the hand that you just wrote with. Hold that up in the air. Keep that pen in the air, keep that hand in the air. Now hold up the other hand. Both hands are in the air. Now transfer the pen to the non-dominant hand. You get where we're going with this now, don't you? You've got 5 seconds to think about it, loosen up a little bit, and then you're going to write your name for 30 seconds with your offhand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Welcome back. I know that was difficult. Now what I'd like you to do is, just like we did before, give yourself a score. I'd like you to take a look at your quantity. How many times did you sign your name with your non-dominant hand? I know it wasn't very much. Write that number down. Next, I want you to give yourself a quality score. And this is, again, a subjective score, but let's take a look at your dominant hand as the benchmark of excellence. Compare and contrast against that. Look at your dominant hand as the benchmark of excellence, and if the handwriting you just did with your non-dominant hand looks exactly like that, go ahead and give yourself a 10 for quality. Otherwise, drop it down the scale accordingly. 7, 5, 3, 0, minus a million, whatever you think you deserve. Take a moment and give yourself a quality score. Now, finally, I want you to respond to 3 questions I'm going to ask, and these are questions that challenge organizations, managers, frontline employees around the world. I'd like you to look at that handwriting and respond accordingly. How many of you, or if you're individually, just think about it yourself, how many of you saw a drop-off in your productivity the second go-round when you wrote with your non-dominant hand? Second question. How many of you saw a drop-off in your quality the second go-round when writing with your non-dominant hand? Third and final question. How many of you felt uncomfortable or even foolish writing with your non-dominant hand? That happens with everybody, right? Look around the room or think about it if you're by yourself in front of a computer screen. You probably did not feel comfortable writing with your non-dominant hand, and that's the key. I want you to think about the members on your team. I want you to think about your business strategy, and are you willing and able to develop? Are you metaphorically willing and able to transfer that pen to the other hand? Are you willing and able to try new management techniques? Are you willing and able to roll out new products even if they don't succeed? Are you willing and able to get out of your comfort zone? Because the point that I want to make in this segment is for you to think about developing survival of the fittest. Are you willing to change? Because if you're not, you must be willing to perish. The choice is yours.